Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Here we are ranking J. Cole album tier list. Now if I don't know, J. Cole is my number 2 favorite artist. Number 1 is Kendrick Lamar, but he's right behind him. So here we are going to be ranking J. Cole's albums. We're starting with The Sideline Story. Now I haven't personally dove into like a full front to back listen of The Sideline Story, but the few hits I did listen to, like Workout, those was a integral parts of my childhood right there. That was on the radio from start to finish. So you're gonna put that in B tier list. I know there's some songs like Mr. Nice Watch that get a lot of hate, and for good reason. But me personally haven't dove into it, so I can't really name a good or bad reason. It's just nostalgic for me. Here we have Born Sinner. Now this is an album I've dove into heavy, and people be sleeping on Born Sinner. They only be listening to like She Knows because of like TikTok and stuff. But he has some really good tracks that don't get a lot of attention, like a lot of storytelling in these songs. I think he used the beat that Outkast used, and he made his own song with that, and it was really hard. There's a lot of bangers in there, like Mo Money, just that has like good messaging. So if I was trying to dive into J. Cole's discography, I would start with Born Sinners. It's a really good storytelling album, and it has like different perspectives too, from like his perspective and people he like associated with on his upbringing. Like a girl he met in college, he'll talk from their perspective too. So it's really good how he switches perspectives like that. Here we are, probably his most famous album, 2014 Forest Hills Drive. Now, a lot of people will put this as number 1 for them, and I see why. This album is absolutely goated, has his best-selling songs on this album, a lot of hard work that put into it, a lot of dedication. You can see it in the album. A lot of longevity too. If you listen to it right now, you'll still be shaking your head and making it with some unskippable songs like Fire Squad, GOMD, Wet Dreams. He has a lot of bangers in the song that still hold up to this day. So, automatic S tier. When you think of J. Cole, you probably think of this album. For me, it's probably my third favorite album, bro, from J. Cole. It's my third favorite. I know people have this as number 1, but for me, it's gonna be in the third placement. Moving on to For Your Eyes Only. Now, For Your Eyes Only, this is my second favorite J. Cole album. Now, everything you see, take with a little bit of bias. He's my number 2 favorite artist, and it's like that for a reason. I'm gonna like most of his discography. That's just how it is. If you don't disagree, tell me why in the comments. But For Your Eyes Only, a lot of emotional pieces in this album, a lot of thought put into every album. Every song. Like how he is trying to tell the side of his dad's friend. That, if y'all don't know, this album is his friend that passed was working on this album for his daughter, but he passed before he could finish it. So J. Cole took that album and then finished it. So there's a lot of meaning in this album, and you can hear it in the songs. And like it talks about the struggles of growing up into a impoverished neighborhood. Just that messaging by itself is automatic S tier. Here we have KOD. KOD is A tier for me. I know a lot of people did not like the Earl, I think, Kill Earl, where like he kind of hinted it was gonna be a feature, but it was just him with a voice changer. That was kind of cringe. I'm not gonna lie, but I mean when this album released, I was not really grown enough to like understand that. I just listened to the song and I'm like, hey, this sounds cool. This sounds good. But now that I kind of understand the lyrics more, and listen to it a lot more, I understand what it's actually like about, like kids on drugs, talking about the drug on the youth, and like all those like the talking in the beginning of songs and the ending of songs, to represent how drugs can affect like members of your family and everything. That's really strong too. Favorite song on this album is got to be Window Pane. Window Pane, yeah, Window Pane definitely number one for me. Kevin's Heart, Kevin's Heart's up there. And here we have Revenge of the Dreamers. My bad. Revenge of the Dreamers. Revenge of the Dreamers for me is C tier. Again, an album I haven't really dove into, but the stuff I did dove into was pretty good. I listened to most of it, and there's a lot of skips on there, but there are some hangers too, like Costa Rica, 1993. You know, there's some bangers in there. Gotta respect it, but I'm putting it at C tier respectfully. Number one, my number one favorite J. Cole album has to be the off season. Like the sheer amount of replayability in this album. Like I can listen to the start of this album and the end with no skips. Like to me, it's like one big song because the songs are not that long and there's only like 13 tracks. It's really like easily consumable. Like, and when he dropped this, I was not expecting an album from him, and it was in the perfect time because this is like around my senior years, junior years. So when this came out, I was bumping this every day because I bike to school. So I used to listen to this in the earpiece, put this in the earpiece, and then just bike to school. And that was like that was it. That was the moment. A lot of memories with the song, a lot of hits. Let Go of My Hand. The feature with 21 Savage. The feature with Lil Baby. Like, there's a lot of hitters in this one. Really no skips for me. For me personally, zero skips on this album. Every song is a banger. Here we have D-Day. In my opinion, D-Day is better than Revenge of the Dreamers. I just like the energy put into it. Like Stick is a very noticeable, like it's a very hit. And like that song just gives me like stick, 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 stick. I got a noose. And when I heard that for the first time, I was jumping off walls, doing backflips. So that song just gives me hype. And that alone, I'll put that in B tier. Might delete later. Now, this album's probably the most, not even an album, this mixtape is probably the most controversial of them all. Because it involves the little hit and run J. Cole did. But if you, like, it's hard to say if you ignore that because it's a real big part of the whole discography and like the events that happen. But after like 30 years, when people start to forget how the rap beef was, like when people stop taking personal experience into it and they separate the album by itself without that apology, I think it's gonna hit a lot more people. I think it's gonna get like a resurgence of popularity. Mark my words. Because the album itself is really good. I mean, it's J. Cole in his prime right now. Like, he's better than ever now. And he kind of proved that in a lot of songs like Crocodile Tears. And even when he took the feature from Meat Canyon on Rabbits, like, it still, like, it still had that lyrical ability with it. And the flow switches on Pie and how he was able to like stay with Daylight and Absol when he was going crazy. Like I didn't know like what J. Cole was gonna say after Daylight and Absol did that like back and forth on that verse. That was insane. I don't know how he was able to like have an impact on that song. Like he could have just left it at, with them and it would have been fire. But yeah, he was able to do his own thing, and there's a lot of songs on there that gets overlooked because of what happened, which makes sense. I'm not faulting him for it. It's like obvious. And I just wish, if you want my take on the beef, I think J. Cole should have just like got his battle, like got the ones, cause he was in a weird situation where the people that was, it was like a three-way beef. But J. Cole really wasn't beefing like that with any of them. But he also put himself in that light. It wasn't like people was just the innocent, like people wasn't taking the innocent Cole and putting him in these situations. No, J. Cole was saying he was the best. He was that, and when it was time to prove himself, he ran away. Like I get, like even on the song what started it, first person shooter mode. J. Cole asked Kendrick to be on the song before it was released, but Drake didn't allow it for obvious reasons. And that itself tells you the conflict. I do think J. Cole should run like a rap battle. Now that everything's like died down, I think he should like at least feature on the Kendrick song as a feature. I feel like they should do that. They should be on the song together and they go bar for bar. And they see same beat, same song. Not that Black Friday type, because Black Friday was a little weird. One person tried to make a real song, like J. Cole tried to make an actual song with the thing, but Kendrick did what everybody wanted, was just to give bars, After the song, after the stanzas and having a chorus, no, just go bar for bar. That's all we want to see, and hopefully it happens in the future. If y'all enjoyed the ranking, make sure to leave a like. Tell me y'all favorite J. Cole song, and tell me what y'all want to see next. All right, peace out.